Yeah. Uh, so once again, welcome everyone. My name is Prof. Rings. I'm specialized with everything that has to do with tech, uh, DevOps, Linux, Azure. In fact, I'm a tech evangelist. That's my next big thing that I do, and it's my desire to see as many people as possible get into tech. And of course, I'm based in Canada, and it's my privilege to be with you here today. I am going to uh, cover part of this session, and then hand it over to my other team members who are going to take over. Today, we're going to focus more on the freelancing and also discovering what we can do as individuals to get deep into freelancing and all of that. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Um, so this has been offered by Lion Tech Innovations Hub. Uh, is one of our sub companies here that is focused on empowering individuals, to utilize their skills. I don't mean tech skills. I mean your skill. Maybe you're a teacher, you are whatever you are, right? Um, so we're going to be assessing who you are as a person, and then to look at how to help you and all of that. So today, let's move straight to looking at uh, you know, some platforms that we can. Okay, I don't like this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Show slides. Let's see. Okay. Technology. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, of course, is the dawning of a new day. And today we'll start looking at some freelancing platforms. Okay. So these are platforms, that you can easily set up accounts, set up a profile, and start exploring jobs that fits with your skills. Okay. So when we talk about freelancing, we have different types of freelancers, right? We have independent freelancer. So that could be, let's say, we have Keybyte or MacBook Pro. I don't know what that is, or Justin, right? Goes to a website and create an account to become an independent freelancer. In this case, you are in charge of, your time applying for your job, do everything independently. We also have another type of freelancing, and this has to do with moonlighters. This is more of working together with others. So let's say, for example, we are three. Let's say in a city like Lagos, we know ourselves. I could take jobs and share it with us. We do it together, and then of course we share the profit. We have what they call diversified freelancers. That means that probably if you have, more than one type of skills, you can diversify the services that you are going to be offering out of that. We have temporary freelancers. Let's say, okay, for example, you already have a job, right? Let's say at the moment you have a job, you have something you're doing, right? You can choose to become a temporary freelancer. Maybe you're using your evenings, um, for freelancing, or your weekends for freelancing as well, and all of that. Okay, so there are different types of clients that you are going to meet, and of course, this is something that we are going to handle a lot in the course that we have developed, because client management is entirely, in um, it's entirely your responsibility, right? When clients get in touch with you, how do you manage all of that? So we're going to have different types. We're going to have very angry clients. We're going to have happy clients. We're going to have clients that are in between. We're going to have clients that wants a perfect job and all of that. So, okay. So you're going to hear something like, oh, I don't know. I don't know clients, right? Okay. So these are clients who don't know what they want. So say, for example, right, you are maybe into social media branding, right? And this client wants you to manage their social media. And let's say probably it's their Instagram page, or maybe it's their Facebook page. And you're like, okay, what do you want me to do? Say, oh, you know what? I don't know. I just want you to keep the page active. I want you to just keep the page active. I want to have clients. I want, just give me weekly postings and all of that. And then you go ahead and you check, via graphics, the branding guidelines. There's nothing that really sets this company apart or this client apart, right? And so in this case, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to help the client? So this is what freelancing is all about. So from that moment, you can start charging the client. And this is like genuinely charging people for your services. So, okay, you know what? For me to take a look at, at your Facebook or Instagram page, I'm going to spend 2 hours, and those hours I'm going to charge $30 an hour, or even $12 an hour. So, okay, good. If you're good with that, pay. So once the client pays, you get notification from the freelancing platform that this client has made an engagement, okay? And what? You're going to title that engagement. Probably that engagement is just to investigate and assess, right? Via social media platform. So you do that, and then, of course, come with a report. And then what, you can submit a report. Okay, I've gone through your platform. This is what I've seen. This is what we can do. The client accepts that report. And, and of course, the client is going to authorize the payment. That's the way it works. Okay. And then you have, of course, the other one. These are clients who have some idea about, okay, I meant something. I meant something different clients. All right. So these are clients who come to you. They say one thing, but they mean the other thing. All right. So maybe you can ask, okay, I see that you don't have a logo. Do you need a logo? Okay, logo may be good, but then they're not coming out, quite right. Okay. So of course, you are going to discover this type of clients, of course, right? So let's see what then it takes to get started with freelancing. Some helpful tips. Of course, we are going to be exploring, a lot about what it takes to freelance. We have designed a 2 month course that I will encourage, a lot of you who are really interested to get engaged so that you can really get the help that you want, right? So we have, okay. So what does it take? Of course, freelance is all about what making money, right? It's all about you empowering yourself. It's all about you putting yourself out to the world, being able to market your services to clients in China, in India, America, Canada, Germany. There's a lot you can do. Do you know that most of you, you probably have friends who have traveled from, Cameroon to go and teach English in Thailand. In the world of freelancing today, you don't need to travel to teach in Thailand, right? You can be a teacher wherever you are and still be able to teach online, right? And make money. That's all is, right? So in terms of platforms, so Philemon is going to walk us through on Fiverr. So Fiverr is, is a leading freelancing platform that, we are going to walk you guys through. on how to create your accounts there, create your profiles, list yourself. The most challenging aspect of freelancing is learning how to actually set your pricing, right? With pricing, you don't want to be too low and you don't want to be too high. So in that case, what we do is that we first of all sign up as clients. So we can advertise a fake job, right? And see the profiles of those who are applying for that job. And then what you can then take that profile or those profiles, analyze them, and set up a realistic, profile for yourself based on competition. That is going to be the approach that we are going to take, because it's all about wisdom. So we have Fiverr, we also have Upwork. Upwork is very popular, okay, and very good as well when it comes to everything freelancing, all kinds of jobs. There's no job that you would think of that you will not find on Upworks. And same thing, okay, with Fiverr. I'm going to walk you through it. Of course, we have another site or platform called freelancer.com. All right. So these are platforms that you can set up profiles there. And I'll tell you for free that it's difficult to just start as an individual, right? When you work with mentors and coaches, it makes a whole lot of difference, right? And all of that. Because look at something, I can decide, or we can say to what we can say to, you know what, okay, I'm going to spend $50 for your first job, right? So I could advertise a job and have you pick up the job, do it, and we just sacrifice $50, but they're going to come back to write a wonderful review, right, about you, about the job that you did for me. Now that review, when you apply for the next job, right, maybe from a different client, or they come back to read that review, that is a boom. So, you know what? Doris handled my kid who was struggling with, maybe with physics, right? Today, my kid is an A kid, is an A kid in physics, right? You know what I'm saying? That's it. There's no way your profile is going to be skipped, right? So, in terms of experience, we already know what it takes. So, let's say you transfer 25,000 to maybe anybody in this team, and then they go out and create a job, and kind of advertise that job, right? And then you pick up the job, or they invite you for that job, you pick it up and just do it, and then they come now and they write a wonderful review, and you release the money, and they give back your money to you, right? This is what our other people, our brothers across the board do, right? So when people say, "Oh no, I've done this number of jobs," it's not because they've actually done those jobs. No, it's because they have a network, right, that is giving them reviews. Oh, you can't hear my voice, right? So you understand. So because these platforms is largely built on reviews. Is what I'm saying? It's all about reviews. It's all about reviews, right? If you are just new on the platform, it's like, oh no, do I trust this guy? But once you've been there for a month and you pick up 4 jobs, believe me, 4 jobs with maximum, 5 stars, perfect reviews, right? I mean, that's this individual communicates perfectly in English and French, right? Their response time is excellent. They are empathetic, they're understanding, they ask questions, they pay attention. My goodness, right? You will see the amount of invites that will be coming your way. You'll be so shocked. But if you go out to do on your own, believe me, you will just be there praying and praying, not knowing that Life is all about wisdom. You understand? That's great. So all of these platforms will walk you guys through. Of course, we have another one called Presto, okay? And we also have guru.com. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say you want to become a freelancer. And sort of your profile with a network of 15. How many of us here? 24 of us are here, right? They say, okay, what? We commit ourselves now to become freelancers, right? And we know ourselves, we know our profiles. It's easy. Just imagine that I have 24 reviews from 24 of you. Maybe what? For a job as little as $5, $7, right? It's easy. We can do it, right? So what? You have already with 25 reviews, excellent reviews. Believe me, that's already a foundation. Unless you now go and mess up. You understand what I'm saying? Let's say you don't go and pick up somebody's job and you are not even, you are not responding to them, or you go and do a very poor job, right? Then of course, now you can't hear anything. Okay. Then of course what? You are going to mess up your own situation, right? But those are ideas for great starter. Okay. So of course we can explore the Fiverr platform. So Fiverr was founded in 2010. So now you can imagine how long it has been. 24 years now. No, 14 years, right? 14 years, yeah. It's a global online marketplace offering tax and services. So the tax is created by a category on the platform called clients, and the services is offered by experts. So experts like you. So now that depends on who you are as a person, what you do, and what you can offer, and all of that. Okay, so of course, Fiverr services start at the service fees are $5 and can go up to $1,000 with jig extras, right? So what is jig? So of course, we also have Upwork, and Upwork was founded 3 years after Fiverr, right? And Upwork was founded by a guy called Stratis Karaman in 2013. Okay, so of course, it's a platform where businesses and independent professionals connect and collaborate. I have accounts on Fiverr. Somebody was so discouraging. So I've got Sandra. What were you marketing on? What were you marketing on Fiverr? I've got. If you can elaborate, okay. The buyer uploads a proposal, okay, and receives what? Request from the freelancers. Okay, graphic design. Okay. See, you know what? We are going to walk you through on what to do, right? See. Now, let's say I say, okay, you know what? Lion Tech needs graphic design on so and so. You do it, and then what? We go. It's all about your previous jobs. You understand? Data have shown that people who have done at least 7 jobs on any of these platforms are more likely to attract more jobs. That's just it. That's all I'm saying. Because, okay, this is freelancing, and it has to do a lot with trust and communication. Is it okay to put all your skills or create multiple? By the way, it's not even possible to create multiple profiles because they have a security service in the back end that is going to easily, pick out that. It's just good to have one, but have a network, right? Have a network of friends, network that can easily, create jobs for you, have you do them, and give you reviews to attract your real customers. You understand? Yes. So it's like, for example, how many of you have been to auctions? Have you noticed that sometimes when you go to auctions, the auctioneer comes with friends, in fact, friends and partners. They say, okay, this car, one going. Abu says, okay, $1 million. No, $1 million. Okay. So it's okay. $5,000. Then Alpha will say, okay, 5,100. And then you now who is new and not knowing what's going on, you're not going to say 2005. You get it? It's okay, 2005 one, and I will say, okay, 3,000. So what? It's an all network. I mean, what in all of those offering, right? You may have 5 that are just friends there to get things going, and then you have the rest being the real customers, and all of that, right? So on Upworks, the buyer uploads proposal and receive requests from the freelancer. Then, of course, what payments can be made using what? Credit cards, paper, and bank transfer or bank transfer. Okay. Okay. Now, we also have, freelancer. Okay. So for freelancer, you need a paper account or, Pioneer account for transactions of money. Okay. It was founded by a guy called Matt Berry in 2009. It's a global crowdsourcing marketplace website, allows potential employers to post jobs that freelancers can then bid to complete. All of these platforms, if you have this strategy, right? If you have the strategy, if you have the know-how, if you know how to communicate, even how to apply for a job, how to market yourself for that job is so important. So there's a way you can impress the client in a very simple way. In fact, can say, oh, you know what? Let me talk with this person, right? You can look at, like you can understand the general flow of every other person. Okay, and then what? You can try to deviate and kind of craft a very different way of applying for jobs. So let's say, you know what? Okay, so you know what? Oh, I know that many people are going to be applying, but you know what? I'm going to offer my first hour for you for free. Right? But what, you're going to pay for the subsequent hours. How about that? Right? That's what that message alone is going to attract that individual's, whoever posts a job. Okay. That's what they are going to want to understand what you have to offer. You get. Then of course you can give them something like just an intro. Okay. And they say, okay, you know what? We like your work, we like what you're going to do for us. Let's get going. Okay. So we have a freelancer. Then of course, what else we have here? Okay. Then of course, so this is what motivated me, that motivates me a lot. Okay, student freelancer. Okay, so you can be in school and you are freelancing, right? So of course, when it comes to freelancing, you can become a professional freelancer, you can be your own boss, and of course, there is no limitations to how much you can make and what you can do. Okay, that's it. So you are just your own boss, right? You are your own boss. You set up the time you want to work, you pick up the jobs you want to work, deliver them as expected, and you get paid, right? You can make very good money. See that? So you can work from anywhere. See where this guy is. So you could be, as long as you are reliable, you understand? And as long as you are reliable and credible, and of course dependable, right? So dependability is a big thing in freelancing. Once you mess up one client and they put out a review, you may never really get a job again when it comes to that, right? So you want to make sure that you say, oh, you know what? This job will take 3 days to be completed, at least 2 days. So in fact, so if it's going to take 2 days, tell them 4, right? If it's going to take, just always add an extra egg. Of course, we'll talk about this again in class as well, right? Of course, what you have, what they call professional independence, right? Nobody's pursuing you. Nobody's asking you, oh, today you came to work like this. You were wearing a black shoe and a red trouser, or you're wearing a blue shirt and a red trouser, right? Nobody's monitoring you. What is most important is the fact that you have a task to do, and that task you have to do. of course, what you have an economical edge in the sense that, nothing, I mean, like, because you are a global professional, right? So, like, for example, let me quote the case of Nigeria at the moment. You see, like in Nigeria now, the naira is really gone down, as compared to its value to dollars and, of course, some other currency or currencies, right? One naira at the moment, I think, is around 1,000. No, $1 is around 1,000 naira. So, if you're in Nigeria now and you have your clients in America, that's to your own advantage. Why? Because on this platform, they're going to pay you in dollars. So it's to your advantage. The same thing, if you are in wherever you are, right, you are being paid in dollars, it makes more sense. Why? Because the moment you convert that money to your local currency, you're going to make a lot of money from it. So you have an economic edge. You can hire your own accountant. You can work. So you can be, you can be a delivery truck driver. That's how I'm saying. So you can what? You can advertise yourself on the platform in a specific environment, like somebody who can pick up and deliver. So let's say, for example, I'm in Canada and I have maybe, a product in Lagos, and I want that product to leave Lagos to maybe to Abuja, right? And then I go, bam, I find this guy. Say, okay, you know what? I'll deliver it. Okay, he goes up, sign the documents, pick up my product, drops it at the exact address, sends me proof. I get confirmation. What happens? He gets paid. See that? So of course, what if you are an accountant as well, right? If you are an accountant, you can also what? You can also get a lot of money. Okay, accountant, tech, and all of that. Interpreter, translator to my people in Cameroon who are bilingual. You understand? You've been wasting a lot. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a bilingual person and you're not making money, for the sake of that French and English that you get it. Something is not right. It's either you are ignorant or don't know what to do, right? But of course, this is also some of the frequently required services that you can put up yourself for. Management analysts, okay, you have multimedia artists, web developer, software developer, right? So there is just a lot. And of course, look at how much these guys can make, right? So these statistics was done a few years ago. A software developer can make up to $100,000. Again, this is global. You get it either where you are. You must not be in the US or in Canada. Just imagine you now in Nigeria. You are making even just $44,000 in Nigeria a year. My brother, you likely run for presidency now. Because the kind of money, you understand what I'm saying? You get you, right? I mean, it's a lot of money, right? I mean, just looking at the, if you just look at the how would I say, the currency now, you understand? It's a lot of money, if you someone say a person of the whole world. No, you can only earn in Abuja. You understand? So these are just some examples, right, that are making a lot of money. If we're to look at social media right now and graphic designers, okay, those who do logos, and see, there is a way you could become a permanent freelancer for a particular business. Okay, because it's what these things goes a long way with relationship. Right now, if I contact you and say, okay, Ben, you know what? I'm struggling with my Facebook. Okay, I have worked with about 5 persons. They've not helped me. I say, you know what? I'm going to put in 2 days free for you. Okay, see what I'm going to do, and then what? Come back, let's discuss. I trust you. Those 2 days can what? Those 2 days could just be maybe 4 hours. Is what I'm saying. I do it. I mean, I go in there with my free time, see what I can do. I do a thorough documentation. I even do a recording of what can be done, comparing the services you are offering to your competitors. And then what I show, okay, you know what? You see this company is offering the exact same service as you. Look at their branding and look at yours. If you were the customer faced with this and this, which one will you go for? Be honest. The guy say, oh, no, no, I'll go for my customer. Yeah. So now just this service that you're offering is free consultation. That's why, that's already building a relationship. Now, imagine that you have 5 permanent clients who are giving you a job every month. You know what I'm saying? Every month you have a job, and that job is giving you at least, $250. You have 5 of those. That's $750 that's guaranteed. And some of them have money to a point where they can even just contract you for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And when they get to know you, you guys can even get off that freelancing platform. That's what I'm saying. Now what? Because the more you make money on this platform, the more they charge you. That's the honest truth. So if you guys have already worked for like 4 months and you are comfortable with the person, you know the person, and you trust. You can, say, okay, guy, is it possible to pay me straight in my account? You understand what I'm saying? Like that, and it's possible because you know what? Today, if you're working with a client, maybe this client, okay, is African, it's Nigerian, for example. You're in Nigeria, right? That person most likely have a family member in Nigeria who can easily pay money into your account. You understand what I'm saying? Like that, you can make a lot of money, and all of that, right? And of course, it also helps them to avoid the fees. But again, for the sake of the reviews, right? Because it's a long-term thing, right? You don't want to avoid that platform because if you take that job off the platform, then of course you will not give. Because now, if they come and give you a review for a job that did not pass through the system, you go explain tire. You get what I'm saying? They will ask you how that money was paid. You get it, and so avoid that. So there's a lot of opportunities when it comes to to freelancing. Okay. So of course, okay, so you can see client and freelancer. Yeah. Radical help for hungry writers, right? So these are just examples of what? Examples of profile. First impression matters a lot. Okay. Make a living writing. Practical help for hungry writers. Yeah. Okay, and all of that. Okay, so some of the tips that you need to be aware of when it comes to freelancing is in as much as there's money there, and this is why most people don't like to start businesses because it takes no, it takes more than a 9 to 5 commitment, right? Because you could go to work for 8 hours and you spend just 2 hours actually working, right? And your employer still gets to pay you. That's what I'm saying. Still get to pay you 8 hours for that day because, of course, your mom's salary has already been agreed. So whether sales was made or not is not your business, right? The the party that carries that commitment or that carries the loss, whether you worked or not, right? It's your boss. But with freelancing, okay, you need to have a heart of serving people. Like, what I mean? Like, a genuine desire to solve a problem. This is what's going to set you apart. That's what I'm saying. Like, being like, employing what? Employing empathy in everything you do. Right? Because now imagine let's say let's say I sign up a job for you. Okay. I say, okay, I'm going to pay. I get out. Okay, this job will take 4 hours. And now, while you are doing this job, you discover that you're actually spending more time on this job than you're going to be paid for. But now, as a business owner, who is thinking about the future. You're like, okay, if I do a poor job because this guy is spending only 4 hours, okay, and probably he then avoids me, because a good business person wants their customer to come back, right? If you're a businessman and you have customers who buys from you and they never come back, something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of time before you run dry and go bankrupt. And then we start praying, and then we start praying, we start offering prayers for you. You understand? Not knowing that it's a poor customer, you know what I'm saying? Customer or client relationship, style. If you're a good business, the goal is that one customer should go and bring the next customer, then go and bring the next customer, and go and what? Bring the next customer. But how will that happen? Okay, how will that happen when, maybe your focus is all about the dollar? In that case, the client will come, you offer the poor service, he goes, write a bad reviews, and probably what? You never really get to, to even see him again, or see leads that would have come from him. Okay? So what the first thing is to commit yourself to the job. Okay? So if you say 4 hours, or you say, okay, this will take 2 weeks, make sure it takes 2 weeks, be accountable and all of that. Accept what? New challenges, and always think of something new, right? And all of that. And of course, I always like this quote by what? This is what? All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So now the question to you is, do you have the courage to pursue that dream you're looking at, right? Because see, everything about life is a risk, and there's a fear factor in everything. You're like, oh, now if I invest in this thing, am I going to get it? Yes, it worked for A, but is it going to work for me? Why can't you be like, oh, you know what? If it worked for A, if truly others are making it, why do I believe that my own case is going to be different? You understand? Because see, as human beings, we are formed by our imaginations. That's the honest truth. The only thing I believe as a person, oh, you know what? Maybe what if it took this guy, okay, 2 months to achieve this, I am going to achieve it, even if it takes me a year, okay, I'm going to achieve it. Okay, so my mindset and formation is not going to be if I'm going to achieve it. No. Okay, it's a matter of when I am going to achieve it, right? Because all of us have our timings. That's why it's never good to compete with people based on where they are. So you know what? Oh, I admire this guy. I know I'm going to get there, right? But don't say, oh, no, I must get there now so that I can stand, like hand by hand, with him. No, right? You are going to get there, because all of us in this life, God has made the way that we have our timings. You get it? It's like, for example, now we are about 26 in this class now. It's possible that if we get engaged in freelancing, all of us, right, in the next 2 months, probably about 5% will start making good money. Maybe, okay, your own time will come, right? But what? Because you must endlessly pursue. You get it? You must endlessly pursue what you want. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage. But the question is, do you have the courage to become a freelancer? Do you have the integrity? Do you have credibility? Are you dependable? You get? These are the 3 things that can make you make money online: credibility, integrity, and dependability. As a matter of fact, there's people here that, you know, even their mothers cannot depend on them. Your mother say, okay, John, are you going to send me money on one end? Say, yes, mommy. As soon as I receive my money, my salary, I'll send you 10,000. And then they will not have to be calling you to remind you. Why? Because if they don't, right, the likelihood that you forget is very high. So dependability can really become an issue. Of course, there's a dark side to freelancing. In fact, anything you do on your own, right, there's a dark side to it. Everything has its good side, and the other side of freelancing is something that you should. Okay. So of course, now the dark side of this is addiction. What about intellectual? Intellectual what? I don't understand your question. Like intelligence. Of course, now if you have intelligence, I don't have see. A person who have intelligence and have no credibility is nothing. You understand? If you are an expert and you're not dependable, who are you? You know what I'm saying? You say, okay, you know what? I know, okay, this person can do me this job. He is very good. But when I write him, it takes about 4 hours to respond. And then I have another option of a person that is not too good as that first option, but he will get on a call with me within seconds. He's available. He gives me a report. He expresses the challenge that he's facing. He's willing to learn, right? I mean, he's communicating, he's building trust. Which one are you going to work with? The guy who is intelligent, who is overconfident, who is arrogant with his intelligence, or the guy who is not that intelligent as the other guy who is intelligent, but very humble, available, communicates frequently, responds, shows empathy. Which one will you go for? Right? So we go for. This is why two persons can go for an interview. One has, let's say, okay, let me make an exaggeration now. One has 25 years of experience, okay, working in this particular field. And other one has just 2 years of experience. They go for a managerial interview, and the guy with 2 years is hired. Why? Because the owners of the company are not already looking for experience, right? They're looking for somebody who can learn. The likelihood that somebody that's already gotten too much experience will not want to learn anything new is very high. You understand? And the likelihood that the guy with 2 years is going to be humble enough. Why? Because he's just entering his career. Okay. And so, he will want to impress the company. You understand? So they'll go for that. The other dark side of freelancing is addiction. Oops. Who's doing that one now? Wait too. Okay. Is addiction in a sense that, like, let's say you have like 8 jobs. Okay. You sign up now, and in a week you have about 8 jobs that you need to submit maybe by Sunday, right? And you have to be on your computer. It's possible that, even to have time with your family, or you have time with your children, it may really be a problem. You understand what I'm saying? That could become an issue. Why? Because again, you always want to be on your phone, on the app, right? Maybe on the Offworks app, on the Fever app, just checking for more jobs and applying for jobs, right? So that can really become a challenge. But you know what? There is a way you can handle that. Okay, and that is where now your entrepreneurial skills that comes into place. Your business skills that come into place. Now you can choose to hire somebody, right? Who is constantly just applying for the jobs for you. That's what I'm saying. You can hire somebody. And as you grow, you can now set up a platform, maybe even like a business, a company in your country, where you have a team that are working under you. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you grow. Before you know, you are an owner of a company. Who are your clients? Your clients are everywhere. And you are so good in what you do. Let me put a very simple example. Let's say, okay, in 1 week you have like 10 graphics design jobs. whether you like it or not, it's not feasible for you to do all the job by yourself and satisfy all those clients with top-notch quality. If one job is going to pay, let's say $30, right? For one job. I mean, 30 times 10 is what? Is $300 for 1 week. And so, you know what? Okay, if I convert this money to Naira, that's about 300,000 Naira. Okay. Now, as a business, you know what? Let me bring in 2 guys that are going to work with me permanently. And I'm going to pay them. So, okay, pay a week. Okay. Okay, please come now. Let's work together. I have this job. In fact, I plan to work under my company. I'll be paying you this amount of money. Okay. This amount of money I'm going to pay you, pay job. Okay. I'm getting $30 per job. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay you $10. That's how much? That's 10,000. Let's say what? That's about 15,000 Naira per job, right? I'm still making money. Now what? That one guy is going to focus. He's going to be so happy that you're giving what? One graphics to do for what? For 15,000 Naira. But again, what? You are already making a lot of money from it as well, right? He gets done without one. Somebody should the class, you know what? This is excellent. This is wonderful. Please, I have more job. You see that? But it's not you who is doing it. You know what? You simply have a team. Before you know, you have what? You have a team that is doing, media, social media branding. You have web developers in your team. You have a full team that is running a big consulting company for you. So now what? You have moved from freelancing to a real company owner with employees changing lives. Isn't that beautiful? So what are you waiting for? Like, you are still depending. It's a good thing. Myself, I've been an employee, okay? I have been a security guard, so I loved it. But you know what? When I got into entrepreneurship, I saw things different. Like, I still like to be paid too. I still like to sit somewhere and just waste 8 hours of my time there and get paid. But you know what? I'm just being micromanaged. That extra money is just like, you know what? You need that security. It's good. Keep your job. I would never tell anybody to let go of the job. No, right? It's important, but what? Expand your possibilities. Expand your brain, right? Like just expand your imagination. You know what? Oh, I am a teacher. Can I have, let's say what, I create my company now, okay, in Cameroon or in Nigeria, okay, I'm offering what? I'm offering online tutoring. I get others into it. And what, they are all working as freelancers. As a job comes, I offer it to you. Now, a company, an individual may even prefer to work with a company than to work with an individual. So, oh, you know what, yeah, I am the best because I don't work alone. I have a team, right? If I can't do it, my team and I will sit down, we'll discuss, and we're going to find a way to satisfy you. Thus, having a web, believe me, it is anything online. If you have a site that they can even click and go there and read more about you, the better. In fact, the more information they have about you, right, the better. Because again, what? If you are seeing this as, okay, I'm going to start, but you know what? I will do this by myself for the next 6 months. And as I grow, I want to what? I want to establish a company and have employees, because you can't see. The money is good, but family life is sweeter. You understand? I will not advise anybody here to, pursue money and let go of your kids or let go of your wife. No, forget it. You understand what I'm saying? You need to make the money, and what? You also need to spend the weekends with family, go visit your family, have time out. Why what? Why others are working for you as well? You understand? Like that, and you can grow to a. Or you know what? You can tell your clients that, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't. On weekends, what? We don't do weekend jobs, okay? We are resting, but Mondays to Friday, be sure it's going to be done. And if they insist, say, okay, you know what? If I'm going to work weekend, then what? You have to pay more. So some say, why? Because if they're going to insist, it's because they believe that you can offer them what they're looking for, right? Like that. So it's important. Okay, of course, what isolation, loneliness, and the feeling of being unwanted is the most terrible poverty. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, you have the money, but because you have been too focused on the money, what happens? You have let go of your family. You understand what I'm saying? You have let go of your kids. You're always on the computer, like me now. I'm already due to that one. You understand? So you want to make sure, okay, you balance things up. You don't just go pursue, or you still want to go out, spend time with your family and have a time to work, have a time of doing things. It's gonna go a long way. Okay, two things for you as well. And yep, let's see what we got next. Poor what? Poor work-life balance. Because you want to focus more on work. You get what I'm saying? Because you're focusing more on work, that can really become a big deal. You understand? I don't want, to have that, right? You want to at least, right, still be able to, put in work and still have time for your family. And again, this is going to work well if you have a team. Let's say you just have an assistant, okay? Somebody who just, okay, this guy is always online. Say, okay, oh yeah, come. Let me introduce something, okay? Be doing this thing for me. Be looking at all of this and be applying, okay? I'll be paying you 50,000, okay, local currency every month. That's what I'm saying. So you have somebody who is constantly applying for you. So you just set up all the applications for him. Just keep applying, apply and reply. So you really never have to worry unless that person is about to get on a call. Say, okay, sir, this person now wants to get on the call. It's your turn. It's better now than you just imagine the time that you have saved, right? So the time that you should have been focused on applying, you have somebody who's applying for you. That makes a lot of sense as opposed to you save the time and you focus more on the job while what other person. So let's you make what, so for every $10 that you make on a job, you give that person $5, right? It's a big thing, right? Is you may think that, you may not know how much that person is helping you until the day that you're going to fire the person. And then now you start applying for the jobs all by yourself, right? Mm-mm. Of course, poor work-life balance and insecurity as well, right? Because you always want to get a job and all that, and because of that, you always think, oh, what happens if I don't get a job? If I don't get a job this month, I may not pay this, I may not pay that, not pay that. And that's why, you want to make sure that for every client that you get, you see the client as, the God leading you to your next client. So you do everything to satisfy them. It's significant at times. So of course, there are some jobs that may sound or may look so insignificant, but they may turn out to become your biggest jobs. Okay. Okay. Above, despite all of that, okay, the light is still going to shine. That means that you are still going to receive the bang alerts, right? The money, you still need to make money, and you are still going to make money out of all of that. And of course, it's all about the money. So let me see if anyone has uh, okay. So it's all about the money. And what the money is going to be in US dollars. Okay. That's the wonderful thing about it. So this is what it takes, all right, to become a freelancer. I'm going to share this. Okay. I'm going to share. Let me stop recording.